Hello, my name is Mr Duell, and next Friday, the 8th of March, is International Women's Day. And we thought as a school it would be important to mark the occasion by asking prominent staff members to share with you somebody they find inspiring from the world of history, philosophy, politics. The woman I chose, I don't think you'd have heard of. She was born Elizabeth Cochrane, but she was better known as Nellie Bly. She was born in 1887 and died in 1922. Now, Nellie was fascinating. At the age of 6, her dad died, and that meant she had to leave education, stop schooling, and help her mum run the local boarding house. And she did this for years, until she got a bit frustrated with the way the media at the time were presenting women. So she wrote a letter to the local newspaper, which got published, and she got given a job as a columnist, and she ended up writing articles based around women's issues at the time, being in the home, recipes, raising kids. She got bored of this, so she went to New York, took herself there, stormed into the local paper's office and said, "I want to do something great." And so the editor at the time, a man called Mr Pulitzer, who's famous now, the Pulitzer Prize is named after him, gave her a challenge. He said, "I want you to write an expose on insane asylums in New York." So she feigned mental illness, she pretended to be insane, and she got committed with only her editor knowing this. And she spent 10 days living in an insane asylum, and she experienced the horrible conditions people were put through at the time. And so when she left, she wrote an article about this. It was called 10 Days in the Madhouse. And because of this, because of her investigative journalism, they changed the conditions and the way people were treated in the insane asylum. The first person to do that, the first person to go undercover in that way. She then got bored after that as well, and decided what she'd do is challenge herself to travel around the world in 80 days. She managed it in 72. This was in 1901, when travelling around the world wasn't as easy as it is now. Flights were slow, they were rare, you had to take boats. So to travel around the world on your own in 72 days was huge. She then met a man, she fell in love, an oil baron. He then died, leaving her in charge of his business. But again, she got bored, so instead of just sitting there and taking the money, she decided to get involved. And she invented oil retrieval mechanisms, which are still used today. So what an amazing person. No education, bored with life, so she just kept on pushing and kept on striving for more and more and more. And she was so inspiring and so fantastic that I actually named my youngest daughter after her, Nellie. So what can she teach you? What can we take from that life?